My name is Kayleum.
My name is Cameron.
What's the story?
Welcome to episode 4 and Brunner interviews.
Today we speak to Deco who will tell us all about the club. Hope you enjoy the video. Welcome to Brunner Interviews. This is Deco. He runs a club in Dominic Street. What's the story, Deco? Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and the club you run?
Sure. Well, my name is Deco, or Declan, and I live out in Finglas. And the club I run is an after-school club called Just Ask. It's down in Dominic Street 2 days a week, and it's in Greek Street 2 days a week.
What do you do in the club, Deco?
What do we do in the club? So the first thing we do when people come in is we have something to eat together. We have a good healthy meal, set us up for the day, the rest of the day, and we help people with their homework if they need any help. We play some games, do sports. They play a lot of video computer games.
What inspired you to start your club, Deco?
What inspired me to start the club was a young lad from Brunswick Street. A good few years back, he knocked on the door of a club I was in, and he said, "I'm stupid." And I said, "Well, that can't be true." And he said, "Yeah," he says, "I'm always in trouble when I go back to school because I never have my homework finished. I can never do it." And so we said, "Well, let's see how we can help you out with that." So we started to help him and his friend every Wednesday with their homework. And it grew from there. Other people started knocking and saying, "If you're helping them with the homework, why don't you help us?"
Where is your club at?
So for 2 days, it's down in Dominic Street. It's in the Dublin City Council Lower Dominic Street Community Centre. And then for 2 days, it's up in Greek Street in the flats. There's a small little building in there.
My auntie lives there.
Your auntie lives in Greek Street.
What challenges do you face in your club or difficulties?
Challenges and difficulties, lots of them. Apart from the young people themselves coming in some days after drinking a can of Coke and eating a Mars bar, we have to find the money to run the club. We have to find volunteers who will come in every different day and help people with the club. We have to be there early and make sure everything's set up. We have to be there late and make sure everything's put away. We have to do all those little bits and pieces.
How old do the kids need to be?
So the main club starts from 2nd class, and we have a group that goes from 2nd class to 6th class, boys and girls. We have another group then of secondary school, and you can be any age in secondary school. And we have a 1st class group as well. That's only for kids who are in 1st class.
Does it feel good working and helping like kids, like as you said, like come like finish their homework and all?
Yeah, it feels great doing all that work and being able to help people out, and you know that people have got their work done. It's a big hassle, isn't it, having your homework done sometimes?
I know you get that sick feeling if you don't do it.
Oh yeah, I remember how it felt waking up on the morning and going, "I haven't got that homework done," and dragging my legs into school. So I don't want to see other people having that same experience.
What kind of trips are your kids going?
So at the moment they're doing a healthy kind of program on a Wednesday where they do sports, and like I said, we eat a healthy meal. And they're going to go, if they show up for 5 of the 7 weeks of that, they get to go on a trip to Jump Zone. And then in the summertime we go on week-long trips in the summer.
Is it called like summer project or something?
Yeah, well, we do summer project as well. And summer projects we have the whole week, but we go on a trip every day, or we do something every day. But we also do a camp where everyone goes away for the whole week together. Sometimes it's with the whole family, so a family camp, and sometimes it's with boys and girls 7 to 12, and then the other one is a teenage camp, and get away for the whole week.
Let the man have a rest.
That's it.
What is your favourite part of your job in the club?
My favourite part of the job, there's lots of favourite parts. Sometimes, it's knocking around on people's doors and just chatting to them there at home and seeing everything's going good. Sometimes it's when somebody who was a messer loads of the time and they come in and they say, look what junior cert result I got. They're getting a great result. Or sometimes it's when someone comes in and they go, I'm after getting student of the month. So there's lots of great times like that. So you don't know when a good time is coming.
What do you do, or what do you hope to do and achieve in the club?
Okay, so what we hope to achieve with it is to help young people who live in the inner city community, help them to not only to do what they need to do every day and be responsible, but to think about being more healthy. Everybody loves sports and games, but we have to be healthy inside too. So we want to help people to think healthily. We want them to think about their own future. We want them to think about getting the job they want, not ending up in the job they certainly don't want. We want them to have as happy a life as they can possibly have.
Does it cost a lot of money, like to run your club?
Yeah, to run the club costs a lot of money, all right. Sometimes it costs thousands and thousands actually to run a club for a year. So we've got to try and go out and raise that money off with our people, because obviously we don't be asking people whose kids are coming to the club, can you give us thousands of pounds please, thousands of euro, so that you'll come to the club. So we have to try and get that money other ways.
Because you need food, electricity, and loan the club or rent the club.
Rent the club, that's right. We have to pay some people their wages. We have to if we're renting minibuses or something or going on trips, you have to pay for that. You have to make sure there's loads of copies and pens and pencils. There's loads of different things that cost money. Footballs, you know how many footballs we go through in a month? About 5 footballs every month.
It costs about 10-20.
That's 10 at a shop.
Would you like to have a club somewhere else than Greek Street or Dong Street?
Well, I like the Dublin 7, kind of Dublin 1 into Dublin 8 community. I've been working in it for a long time, so that's why I do the club in this part of town. So no, it's not just a case of just doing a club anywhere. It's a case of doing it in here where I've worked for a long time.
Because more people live in Dublin, can speak that.
There is, there's lots of places. There's lots of places in Dublin that need clubs and homework clubs and even football clubs. But we can only do one. Can't do loads. So we've got to try and think which one could we do best. So this is the one we think we can do best.
Do you have a particular day for food, one day spaghetti and then another day noodles or something?
Yeah, no, the only day where there's a particular thing and it's all the time, and we've tried to change it but it doesn't work, is on a Wednesday. They have chicken curry, and if you don't have chicken curry on a Wednesday, everybody goes mad. Now there's some people that don't eat curry, very few, so we'll have something else for them if they don't really eat it, but everybody else really loves chicken curry on a Wednesday. The other days then it will change, the different days. So you don't want to have the same thing every Monday, do you?
Not
the same
really.
thing every
Just
Tuesday. Yeah, it just gets boring. But chicken curry just never seems to get boring. It's like chips. Chips never get boring.
How many years are you working in this club?
So I've been working in the inner city for 27 years now. 1989 I started working in this part of the inner city. It's a long time ago now. Doesn't seem like it to me, but I remember when I was young and people talking about back in the 1950s, I used to think, oh, how ancient is that?
Are the kids well behaved or do they give you trouble?
Well, now that depends on which kids you're talking about. There's some kids who come in every single day and never, ever, ever get in trouble. And then there's other kids, you can spot them coming and they'll always give you trouble. And then there's the ones who have good days and bad days. Which do you think you would be?
In the middle.
In the middle, yeah.
Do you play any games in the club?
Yeah, we do lots of different games. We do game Knights, Cavaliers and Horsemen. Everyone loves that. Where you have to pick someone bigger or someone smaller than you. When you call Knights, someone's got to go down on one knee and the small person sits on their knee. you call cavalier, the small person's got to be lifted up and held up, and when you call horseman, the big person goes down like a horse and the small person's got to jump on their back, and then the last one to do it is out. So everyone loves that game. There's lots of games like that people like to play.
Like FIFA.
They play FIFA, they play wrestling, WWF, they play whatever's on the PlayStation they'll play, but it's usually FIFA. FIFA 17 is out now, so they all want to play that.
Yeah.
Well, the girls like to play different games.
Barbie shooters.
No, not Barbie, but they like games too, but they're not so big into FIFA.
Would you much rather go on the computers?
They play on the computers a lot, yeah, and they play different games on that.
This is the last question. Cameron has a go.
You said
I
already.
don't have any more.
Button.
Yeah, I already said that.
I don't have any more.
Oh, this is the last question. This is what done. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, lads.
Thanks.